Some interview. Hey,
Let's behave.
hey,
Hello.
Hey.
Girder.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Obviously, welcome everyone to Riffs and Gigs interviews. Girder, hello. Nice to finally meet and talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Excellent. How are we all doing?
Doing all right.
Pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. We're just sorting out some.
Brother things.
Yeah.
Brothers and sister things. Yeah, but all in place now.
I like the fact you've gone for the stage look as well for today's.
Oh yes.
That's a proper girder.
Yeah, proper Girder thing. Yeah, proper leather. Oh yeah.
Very color coordinated with the trousers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually put some red as well, but not today.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
we just we miss our bandmate Iron Paul because we're actually a four-piece band, but the other member is too busy. He's in a new relationship and far away near London somewhere, walking.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Paul, where are you, mate? Yeah.
Oh wait, we haven't given our nicknames.
Yeah, of course. We have to introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is Metal Matt.
Hello.
And Metal Dress.
And I am Hordak the second because I killed Hordak the first.
Yeah.
I was going to say what happened to the first, or do we not talk about the first?
Yeah, he's dead and buried right here.
Yeah, he was jealous of the Hordak first going out with Metal Dress and killed him.
He killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Typical
He's now a
stuff.
zombie, and he sings at another band called Morbus Totalis.
No.
Or that. We can talk about that later.
So yeah, obviously was with the stage names, the character names. Was that a decision from the beginning, or?
Yes.
Yeah, we did like a ceremony. We baptized each other.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's come naturally, I think, because we're quite like a family-esque sort of band, and we all get along, and it's sort of I for one, with my mates, I'm always giving my mates nicknames, and it just all fitted perfectly to call each other nicknames, and it works well on stage.
Yeah, I mean it's that very theatrical kind of power metal, traditional metal look, and nicknames are perfect for that.
Yeah, and then also we can disguise ourselves from the police and this sort of thing. We got all our crimes at our back, so no one knows of our crimes.
The real reason why you have the makeup, because no one will recognize you without it. It's like a Clark Kent Superman thing.
Yeah.
So then how did you guys, obviously you mentioned kind of being that kind of family band, how did the band come together?
Well, we met the three of us in a place called Boscombe in Bournemouth. By the way, it's the place with the highest criminality rate in the UK. That's where we met. And at our Morbus Totalis gig, which is a project that the two of us have, we can talk about it later. But at that gig, we met Matt, and then we had a lot in common. We like the same sort of music, and we start meeting again in other gigs, other concerts. We would go somewhere and meet. And
We saw each other at a Mayhem concert.
Yeah.
Basically, we're a fan of each other. That's how it started. Right?
Yeah, and then we went to a Voivod concert together.
Oh, no.
And at the end, Matt invited us to come watch his band, and we went to watch. And then we were looking, but that would be a perfect guy to start a heavy metal band. He would be running on the stage, one side to the other, screaming like a crazy man. Playing bass like hell. And then we said, that's a good guy to start a band. Isn't our friend? Why not do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we
Oh.
are.
And my side of the stories are quite funny. So I was the lead singer and bassist of this local progressive rock band called Crimson Creatures, and the guys in that band didn't like it when I screamed live, and they didn't like the way I danced around, and they told me, "Can you stop screaming?" I said no, and that was it. And then I phoned up Hordak, and then we created Girder.
And that is the only rule we have here. You have to scream really loud and move around. So it's all here now.
And then Iron Bow came to sing.
Yeah.
And Matt found Iron Bow
In a pub.
Yeah.
Nowhere better.
Yeah.
I think all good all good band origin stories involve a pub somewhere. So
Certainly do. Yeah.
So then do you all take a bit of vocal duties, or how do you split vocals? Because I know there's quite a few on like your album.
Yes, the way we sort of went around it, one of the first things we discussed was me and Andressa and Bruno in all our projects have sung. So we're like, who is there a lead vocalist, a two lead vocalists, a three? Oh, what's going on? And then we decided because Andressa in her other project with Bruno, Morbus Fatalis, does keyboards as well. So I asked two questions. They were quite simple answers. Andressa, are you going to play keyboards? No. Okay, that's good. Bruno, do you want to sing? No. Okay, that's sorted. So we're going to both sing. And then
Yeah, and we share the vocals because we put a lot of energy on stage. So it's really helpful because we're singing and jumping and crawling. And so sharing it helps the whole result.
Yeah, and having multiple having me and sometimes Paul as well backing Andressa means that when we're writing songs where there's almost vocals, sometimes without many breaks, it helps when there's multiple vocalists. So it's sort of you're backing each other up and you're not having to sing constantly and wear yourself out.
Yeah.
It ended up being one of the characteristics of Girder's music is to have full range of voices, because both Matt and Andressa, they both have a vocal range that goes from guttural to the high pitch. So that's from my point of view. I'm on the drums. I can hear sometimes there's a high pitch. I don't know who is singing that, and a guttural. I don't know who is doing that. So they both do all that.
Yeah, it's like a crossover thing. We're moving around different styles all the time, and that gives us freedom and increases the range where we can create the songs and talk about different things. We can create stories where she talks to him, and yeah, we have no limits.
And have you got any kind of main influences or inspirations with Girder?
New wave of British heavy metal is probably the main influence. Our influences go far beyond that. Me specifically, I've been many years playing the punk rock scene, but I always been a fan of the heavy metal bands from the 80s. And also we like more extreme music as well. We like prog music. So I got lots of influences. As a drummer, I have always studied percussion as well. And because of my roots, I've studied Latin percussion and South American rhythms, which is not what I actually like, but I did study.
kind of looking at the craft to then take what you perhaps don't like and then just make it something you like.
Yeah, it helps.
That explains
everything.
I know. Also, I know before we started recording, Matt, we touched on a little bit about the whole Rush reunion thing as well. But it's quite nice, because you mentioned the new wave of British heavy metal influence, and I definitely got that impression listening to your album. So I can, I've always got a soft spot for that kind of era of music, because grew up listening to Iron Maiden. So, you know, I've got a lot of love for that, which shows in the album.
Amazing. We like to hear that.
Yeah.
I think it was really important. One of our first, in our very first meeting, where the first thing we talked about is like, not necessarily like trying too hard, but we were like our favorite sort of era seems to be sort of 80s metal generally. That's when a lot of our favorite bands or something cross over. So just randomly Dio or Saxon or something, or Battle Priest or bands like that. So yeah, it was perfect. Like, right, we're gonna sort of be in this style, but then because I'm the primary songwriter, and for our second album, which might come at some point, we're starting to write the new material, and Hordak and Iron Paul are starting to write some songs as well. So it's quite good because everybody in the band writes. But when I write the songs, I'm always thinking almost with my sort of Rush or like prog head, because I like going into crazy places and stuff. But it's channeling that into Girder, which is sometimes a challenge, but it works out.
Yeah, for the second album now, I have more time as well to meet and to go through the songs together, because the first album, Matt kind of brought it all, and then we're interpreting it. But for the second album, it's going to be more of a mix.
Yeah, we were too anxious.
Yeah.
First album, too anxious to do it at once, and we actually did in about 1 year time, which was quite a short time for a work like that. And worked out very well.
Yeah, it was a case of I just sent the rest of the band all the vocals, program, drum, bass, and guitar parts that I recorded myself, and just said, right, these are the finished songs. Let's learn.
It was amazing. It was always a good surprise. Like, he would send 3 songs, and I would fall in love for all of them. So it completely matched what we wanted. And now that we have this 1 year together, we are preparing a second album that's going to be full of different things as well.
Yeah, but keep metal.
Yeah,
metal. Yeah, we're gonna go Latin jazz.
No jazz this time.
No,
you can have a massive saxophone solo in one of the songs, or, you know, some jazz breakdown. So yeah, obviously you were talking about kind of deciding that era is your favorite. I think that just lends itself to being more fun as well. You know, a lot of modern metal almost tries to be too serious, whereas you just have fun. You know, 80s metal, that's you know, bands like Judas Priest, you know, the outfits that Rob Halford wore, or some of the other things. It's just fun.
Yeah.
More metal needs to be fun.
Yeah,
that's one thing that we, although we respect all the other bands, we respect the new generation, we respect the other musicians, but we try not to be like the newer generation bands at all. One of our songs talk about that. It's called Metal Changed, Not Me. And the song is about that modern mosh pit looks like kindergarten sometimes. And that we grew up listening to older stuff, and that's what we focus on.
Yeah. And we agreed on that on our first meeting, that the main idea would be to have fun first and to bring fun. So we don't want people to go in our gigs and like this something serious. Of course, we do our best for our techniques, and I'm always doing singing classes, and Matt and Hordak and Aaron Paul, we think about technique, but the main thing we put in is energy. So we want people to listen to our songs and to go to our gigs and have fun.
Yeah, it's one thing I'll add to that is the amount of bands I've seen who are so technically proficient, but even bands I really like, but they don't move about on stage, so you don't sort of believe it, especially in an era where you've got laptops on stage, and that's a pet peeve of mine sometimes. If I see a laptop, I'm thinking,
we wouldn't smash it.
Yeah, that's not the idea. We want to bring it the most human we can in it.
All the mistakes. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, everything is
Yeah.
welcome as long as it's natural and it's honest. We try to bring honesty in what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's our characteristic. As I said, my drums will never have a trigger. As I said, I respect the other drummers, and I really enjoy watching good drummers playing with trigger eventually. But it's just the way we are. Well, you won't find triggers in my drums, but it's just our difference.
I'm glad you mentioned kind of, being human, including mistakes. I played my first gig with my new band. It was my first gig since November last year, and we play to tracks, but we're all still very kind of power metal, so having fun, moving around on stage. The last song, our singer completely kind of missed a cue or something, and so it just completely went off track. We just had a laugh and just had a laugh and carried on, and I missed that feeling of just live goofing up. There's something funny about it all just going completely to mess, but still having a great time.
Yeah, of course.
I do that a lot.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna avoid jumping because I need to be correctly on the technique. So jumping is as important as singing. That's how I see.
And that's I've I can't remember who it was supporting, but I saw Ghost a few years ago, and the first support band was brilliant. Moving around on stage, very theatrical, very dramatic, brought the energy really high up. The second band stood still, didn't really talk to anyone, brought the energy right back down. And so it was like a really annoying 30, 45 minutes just standing there waiting for Ghost, because you're like, this band's boring. I want the main band now. I'd much rather watch someone that perhaps isn't the most technical, but just is having fun.
Indeed.
Having a good time, having fun, and everyone wins then.
As musicians, we have this power of influence people, and we could bring words that would make people think about a certain topic.
Yeah.
But we can also influence them on having fun, having a good time, enjoying life as it is.
Yeah, especially because most of people will be out working most of the time, having personal problems. Everyone has bills to pay, has family problems, personal problems, everything, a lot of work. And then when we're out to play or to watch a band playing, we're there to relax, to say the least. So we try and be compatible with that.
I want to add, sorry, that the recently, because last year or so, I've been going to a lot more local gigs, mainly because they've because this band, Girder, and my other band, we're all sort of integrated in the local sort of Dorset, Hampshire music scene, and I've been enjoying. Even though I'm a big into sort of prog rock and prog metal kind of guy, I've really recently been really enjoying the sort of more like thrash metal, traditional metal type bands that I've been seeing. There was a band from Norwich I saw a few weeks ago called Iridium, which were amazing. And it's just because the energy on the stage and just the drumming, the guitar playing, and the vocals are just like, yes, this is what it's about. And sometimes some bands that I really like just don't translate well live.
Yeah. And on that topic, we are always contributing, like having bands, local bands playing with us, having bands from Brazil coming, and
sure.
We think about the whole scene because we're all together, and it's really important to have, we have our family, all the bands that have played with us, they're all so important to us, and take the chance to say a massive thanks to all the bands that have played with us so far, supporting us, and we supporting them, and this is how we all grow together.
I think. Oh, what are you saying?
I want to give a shout out to bands like Skull Maiden and
Yeah.
Sanguis Mortem that we've played with before, and Skull Maiden are slightly younger than us, and Sanguis Mortem are a lot younger than us because they're teenagers.
They're brilliant. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
I tell you what, there's a lot of good bands that are teenagers right now, and
Yeah,
I mean, on one hand, it's great because they're getting the opportunities. On the other hand, you're just going there being like, they're so better than us. How dare they?
Yeah.
I guess it's how some people in Brazil must have thought about Sepultura, because Sepultura started when they were teenagers, didn't they?
Yeah,
Sort of
indeed.
thing. So they
Yeah.
must have thought, oh, what these young kids, they're so talented.
Oh, they're showing us up. Because it was I completely forgot to say, but yeah, I think it's such an important attitude to have, because I've played with bands and I've seen bands that turn up, play their set, and then just kind of keep separate from everyone else, don't really talk to people, just kind of keep to themselves. And I think
Yeah.
that doesn't help anyone. You know,
Yeah.
you're wanting to interact, you're wanting to help each other, because then everybody wins.
Indeed.
Yeah, and if we think in history, the bands that most grew ever were not actually single bands, but a whole scene. So we have mentioned earlier, we mentioned about the new wave of British heavy metal. There are dozens of bands. Before that, there was the punk scene. That was hundreds of bands. We had the scene from the death metal in Florida, for example, thrash metal in California, the Seattle grunge. So in Germany there are a lot of bands, the death metal from Sweden. So it's always a scene that grows. And if we think like that, we're not alone. There are other bands around, and as I was saying, regardless of this style, we must respect the other musicians and the other bands, even though we don't like very much, or even though we are different. It doesn't matter. We must respect each other's and always be united. And united, we stand. Yeah, we had at our album release party, we had a pop rock band, a pop band, and a prog duo project. So four different styles at our album release party, and that was a great party. Everyone enjoyed, everyone was happy, and everyone friends. So that's the good thing for everyone.
Yeah.
I love lineups that have got a bit of everything, because it just mixes it up. You know, I don't want to go to a 4-band lineup but all 4 bands sound the same.
Yeah.
Or have the same lighting. I saw some bands with I think it was a year or so ago. I forgot their names. They were good, but they had the same lighting rig as well.
It's gonna be the same crowd as well, because people fans of that style will be only those in there. So when you were mixing styles, you have different people listening to your songs, and they might start liking in your songs, and there is how it goes.
We make friends.
We make friends. That's the main point. We always leave the stage and talk to people, and that's the coolest part, I would say.
Yeah.
It's all the fun stuff before you wake up the next day and realize you've got to go back to work, and you know it's just do this all the time, and that'll be the dream.
Yeah, correct.
So I was kind of going back to the first album. You kind of mentioned a little bit about the writing process. How long kind of was that process with the album?
Oh, it was quite basically it pretty much started when we started practicing, because we had no songs. So from what I remember, we basically formed the band as us three. Then I and Paul came in a week or so after. Then we met up a few weeks later for practice, and from what I remember, I wrote the first 3 songs, which ended up being the first 3 songs on the album, like in a weekend or a week or whatever, quite quickly. sent them to the guys, and we got them down, and then it was basically one new song every week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
And the first song, Headbangers Ball, when we met and we were like, what's the idea of the band? And we put all that out, like, we want to bang our heads, we want to have fun. And the song that Matt created came out like explaining it all.
Yeah.
And Killers of the Night has also a fun story, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does. Well, all the lyrics are, even though I write the lyrics but on the album, a lot of the lyrics are influenced by what Metal Dress or Iron Port or Hordak have told me, because I tend to write a lot of like fantasy based stuff, but I write from my own experiences. But it helps having 3 different people with different experiences, like a couple that have come from Brazil to the United Kingdom to be in a metal band, and they've got a different stance on life to me and experiences. So that has contributed to the album. And on the night we formed the band, we were writing a song called Killers of the Night, and there was a murder the following morning.
Yes.
Near us. So yeah.
And it was a stabbing. It's
Yeah,
a
it was a
very
stabbing.
sad story, but
Yeah.
it was impressive. We were meeting and creating the song, and then the next day we saw the news, and it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we have another song called City Dealer, which is about crime in Brazil. And I wouldn't have written that if Bruno or Andressa hadn't told me about their experiences. And yeah,
Not that we've been involved.
That's a song.
but stuff they've heard. And
I was gonna say with your project, is it still something that you're doing alongside this, or is that kind of taking a back seat whilst Girder does more?
Yeah,
Well, we're focusing more on Girder, to be honest, because it's the band that we have more fun, and then that we can actually show what we've been. I've been a drummer for 30 years, so that's the band I play the drums. Jess has been singing for many years. That's the band she sings. So the other project we will always have, because it's only the 2 of us. And as long as we're able to play at home, we will always have it. We're just, by the way, just recorded the 2nd album. It's not out yet because I haven't had the time to stop and upload online. But it's done. So, but Girder's our main project.
Yeah, it takes time, of course, but these are our babies. So we kind of put our energy on both of them without thinking. What we like doing the most in our lives.
it's crazy. I'm the baby in the band. I've only been playing for 7 years.
only 7.
Yeah, only 7.
Yeah.
And then the Hordak's like, we'll get the baby in the band to write the music. Yeah.
We had our first band. You were just born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're the only music teacher in the band.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, is the professor.
Yeah.
Professor Matt, maybe.
Professor Metal Matt.
I do private teaching as well as work for a guitar part supplier. So yeah, keeps me busy.
as is the good. Was it kind of a subconscious choice to kind of end up writing all the material, or were you just kind of were you like, I'll write some ideas, and then it just turned into the whole album?
I'm a big prolific songwriter in my solo material, because I'm about, at some point I'm going to be releasing my 12th solo album, because I've just been since secondary school, even though I wasn't actually playing, I was like writing electronic video game influenced music, and the music has slowly become a lot more heavy metal and progressive rock orientated. And so when we were forming this band, I was like 100%. I want to write some songs, because I know how I love writing whole songs. I hate being that sort of idea of like where you like turn up to practice. Oh, have you got a riff? Oh, can you do that? Because for me, I like a full, right, we've got a full song idea, let's backtrack and learn it. Yeah.
Yeah. You almost end up spending. What was that?
I've had this experience before on my previous bands as well, like having the songs created by someone else and being an interpreter of that. So it matches what Matt does.
Yeah.
Are there any songs that have massively changed kind of since that first kind of initial draft, or have they all kind of stayed pretty closely?
Ooh.
We change one thing here or another there. Some
I think the only
words and
I think
the way he sings when he sends us the draft, then I put my own singing.
like we've like as a four-piece, like Metal Dress has changed the vocals or the lyrics in some places. Hordak and Bruno will change like the drum parts, because clearly the way I've done the demo is a programmed, like essentially a drum machine, and it so I mean, Hordak's not going to play that. Hordak's going to be Hordak. So.
We put our own guts on it.
Yeah.
And then it becomes what it is, and it's fun.
It's like those memes where it's like the drummer trying to play the parts that the guitarist has written or something like that, and it's just you're never going to quite match the digital.
Yeah, and there's a lot of respect between us. We're free to change and bring new ideas and make it our put our faces on it. It was funny when we were recording due to my accent and my English, and then Matt was fixing my my English pronunciation. Because I was putting my even my accent in it, and
I was going to say, is the accent something you try not to include in your music then, or?
I feel free to include my accent. It's just that I need to pronounce properly.
For me, it was just a matter of getting plurals and singular verbs and stuff correct. I didn't matter as much with the accent, but when there was like people or peoples or
So then obviously I mean, you've kind of teased across your socials, and you've kind of mentioned a little bit now. Compare that to the second album that you're working on. What's different with that process?
If we think about the songs we already have, like Beach Party was made here in the same room.
Actually, that's a good point. So I think from the recording process, I learned my few biggest things I learned were especially like what to focus more on, like for the next album or when writing a song. So the very first thing I did with some of my initial songs was I met up with Metal Dress, and we went through some of the ideas and said, like, right, this song is in its infancy. Are you happy with the rough key of the song and the lyrical thing, and put your own idea, more of your ideas. And then Hordak has already sent me a verse and a chorus for a song that has ended up being called Slug Attack. And
Excellent.
Slug Attack. And he was like, I haven't written the music. Yeah, you do the music. 80s thrash. I wrote the music with it. And then Metal Dress loves going to the beach whenever it's sunny and warm. So I was like, right, if we don't have a song about having a beach party, I've done a certain member of the band a disservice. So I wrote Beach Party with like let's go for like I don't know, AC/DC, Twisted Sister, that sort of more commercial sort of radio metal rock.
Yeah, and then one people like, oh, well, let's make a song about a beach party. Yeah, what's happening in the beach party? It has to be something cool. And then we thought about these that the girls go to the beach to look at other girls and stuff like that. So it's a girls' beach party. So I kind of just threw ideas on him, and he puts them on the paper, and he's brilliant on that.
Yeah, I would say that the main difference from the first album to the upcoming second will probably be because we're having now more time to work on the compositions, and we're not as anxious as we were a couple of years ago to get things done and recorded, because now we already have one album out, so we're not in that rushing to get things done. So more time probably make more songs more a bit more complex. And then I'm not saying 10-minute songs, I'm just saying a bit more worked out, and which doesn't necessarily mean that one album will be better than the other. It's just that it will be slightly different on that.
Yeah, I think, yeah, for me, when I was writing the songs, especially on the first album, I personally like tried to do this, at least with the songs I've already written for the second album, in conjunction with Hordak's songs and hopefully one of Paul's songs, is the idea of I want to change it up every time. So Headbangers, after Headbangers Ball, I was like, I want to write this song Killers of the Night, slightly different vibe, and then 6:30, a bit more of a doom laden, groovy at the end sort of vibe, and then Bad Charlie was actually one of my solo songs, but these two, especially Metal Dress, loved it so much. It was like, let's bring it into the band and turn Bad Charlie into a girl.
Yeah, it's a hit now.
I mean, the second album's already off to a good start when you've got songs like Slug Attack and Beach Party.
Yes.
I'm already invested.
Yeah, it's a cool album, guys.
Yeah.
It's only a problem when you've got the Slug Attack at the Beach Party.
Yes.
That'd be the sequel.
Yeah, I was thinking of that being the album cover where like slugs are attacking this beach party and Metal Dress is in the center having a sunbathe.
Just giant slugs.
Yeah, someone we were having a barbecue here in our backyard, and there were so many slugs. Oh my gosh! And then there was a slug attack. It did happen.
Honestly, they do. They appear out of nowhere, and then before you know it, they're everywhere.
Many. I think we started counting. There were more than 50. It was awful.
But silver lining, inspiration for a song.
Yes. And it's part of our story already because we lived through that together.
Yeah.
Survived the slug attack.
Yes.
And I'm glad you mentioned the artwork, Matt, because you do the artwork yourself. Is that right?
Yes. The only bit of art I don't do or didn't do is the Girder logo. That was done by Manuel Mutilated. He was a friend of Andres. He's a fellow Brazilian, but I did the original draft logo, and then we decided on this chap Mano, his logo he did for us, and he also painted a backdrop for us as well. And
nice.
So I've been very strong-willed about doing the artwork, at least for the cover, because I do artwork. So I know exactly how this because the album cover's sort of based on the song Fire to the Realm, where the whole story is that these dragons from a different dimension are attacking this city. And it just happens to be that the band are fighting the dragons as well. But
because that was the one with the animated video as well, wasn't it?
Yes. The video we released about 2 months ago. I forgot.
It's funny about that cover that the dragons are attacking the city, but Aaron Paul and Metal Matt are playing their instruments with lots of girls around, like they're worried about the dragons have boobs, so
yeah. Not that I want to like cancel myself, but I was because I like 80s metal, I was when I was doing the artwork, one thing I really wanted to do, I wanted to put boobs on the cover.
Nothing says 80s metal more.
Yeah. So I thought it's kind of, for me, a requirement. How do I do it in such a way which isn't going to come off as cringy, like, oh, Matt, you can't do that, because I wasn't going to, let's say, it's like, no, no, can't do that, no, dragons.
Yeah.
There we go.
And it stands out because you don't see dragons with boobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just don't see it.
So remote fault now.
Yeah, we've got the calling the tit dragon.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Will there be more dragons in the background of album 2, or?
Yeah, I want to. My vision is to, at least with the artwork, to do almost like a was it Derek Riggs, the I Maiden?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, Derek Riggs. Yeah, no, because I was just looking at his Budgie album cover, because he did the Night Flight album. But I like with his artwork where there be references to previous albums, like in Somewhere in Somewhere in Time. So
That cover's got loads of references. It's brilliant.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of doing a similar thing where even if we decide it's not dragon orientated, there will be some form of dragon, I think. But not yeah.
Something like that.
Like dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon.
And I almost feel it's a bit of like a subtle attack at my one of my previous bands, Crimson Creatures, that I mentioned earlier, because the guitarist producer in that band told me not to write songs about dragons or elves, and in this band we've got a song about a dragon.
We love songs about dragons.
How can you be in a prog band and not like dragons?
Yeah. And don't allow your bandmate to be free.
Yeah.
You can't.
Although I will say, even if it is like with slagging them off, I really enjoyed being in Crimson Creatures for the record. But it just came to a point where they just like live, it wasn't working out because basically the part of the band didn't want to, and I wanted to play more live. So yeah, it sort of made sense to part ways and just form a band where we're all about the recorded stuff, but also about the live stuff, is just probably more so, because that's when you get to release your energy.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. It's like everything happens for a reason. It's led to where you are now. You get to do what you want to do on stage. It's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot to show. We've got 4 talents in the band. We got 4 minds. So we got to sum up all that to create the whole thing.
Yeah, it's very, very exciting, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing kind of how that second album develops your sound.
Yeah, we're probably making more music videos soon. We still have not started. Well, one video we already shot the images, so it's about to come out sometime. We're not rushing for it, but it will happen eventually.
My friend my friend who's his name's Ross. He's a freelance lighting tech for film and TV, and he's recently went on not a working holiday to Sicily, but he recorded our music video for one of our songs from the album Killers of the Night. But because he's busy at the moment, he's had to put on hold editing the video. But once it's out, we're gonna put on socials when it's gonna come out, and
It's gonna be our second video, because the first one was made by a friend in Brazil. Want to say thanks to him again, Gigi.
Gigi Valentino.
Gigi Valentino, yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing it when it comes out. Like live action type one, not animated. This one or
Oh, live
yeah, it's
action.
live action.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good to get that mix in there.
Yeah, correct. And we're thinking about getting more. It's just
Yeah.
a
Just a
matter
matter
of
of
time.
yeah.
Videos are good fun.
Yeah.
That animated video, Fire to the Ground, when I first saw it, I was just laughing because the idea was that the animator JJ, he was animating my drawings that I'd done of us band members, and it was just so funny seeing the stuff animated plus with a bit of sort of AI involved. I thought, yes, this is exactly how we see each other. you got Hordak go. Oh, Hordak got like salad fingers, like fingers.
Frogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frogs.
Yeah, and then Metal Dress is like tapping her feet, just like.
Perfect representation.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm it's just like cautious of time, just so I'm not covering too much. Last question before I do wrap up. Obviously, from the first album, have you got a favorite song?
Yes.
Question. You want to go first?
Yeah, my favorite song to write has always been and always will be "Rekindle the Flame," because that was mainly because it's the most like what I class as most Matt solo project song, because I thought the other three wouldn't like the song because of how it's a bit longer and it starts off in like a oh yeah, and then goes into a more what I class like almost an Inve style, like because I was thinking of the Inve Malmsteen song "I Am a Viking" or that sort of style song, and I was like and I started writing in that way, and then it goes really heavy. Live, I had no idea. I love all the songs live, but in recorded form, yeah.
Well, for me, it's funny because my favorite song keeps changing. And I always tell the boys, oh, this is my favorite song now. And then suddenly changes on the other practice is another one. I am so in love with each one of them individually. And I think it comes along with my mood on that day or how my voice is on that day in this kind of style or that kind of style. So it does change all the time.
It's hard writing a greatest hits album. Like every song.
And you heard that?
I feel like that's a greatest hits album too, because I would say that my favorite song, from my point of view of playing, is 630 because it allows me to smash the drums with more stronger than all the others. So that's the song that I break drumsticks and that I tear the drum heads. So and the cymbals get cracked. So that's the song that I really destroyed, literally the drum kit. And that's my favorite one for that reason, because when I'm listening, I like all of them.
As far as reasons go, that's a pretty good reason.
Not the drums favorite one though.
Yeah. I love playing the drums, but I want to destroy it. I want to smash it. That's why I had the drum kit, to destroy it.
Yeah, your drum kit has started damaging my bass because I'm always hitting it against your cymbals.
And very often that there's some bit in the end of the song that even Metal Matt comes out with a drumstick from somewhere, and then he hits on the drum as well. So there's three drumsticks hitting on the drums, and I love that. That's to destroy the drum kit.
Well, as long as it's your drum kit and not like any other bands, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's the hey, I forgot my kit. Can I just borrow yours? And just destroys it.
And it's not only that, we've got a vocalist that very often stands up on top of the bass drum. So, and I keep telling you, well, you can do that in mine, but you don't do that in other people's drum kit.
It's so cool. I can't hold myself. It's so cool to be on top of the bass drum.
Yeah, and then I've got two bass drums, and I like because I like the image of that, and also the sound, because two bass drums obviously make more louder sound than only one with double pedal. So I like that. The sound engineers all hate me in town because I bring those two bass drums. They don't actually sound the same, because that's something quite impossible, especially with a second-hand kit. So I take that on stage. Yeah, they sound a bit different, but one of them is stronger and the other is not so strong. It's a bit wobbly. So
That's the one I cannot stand.
I was gonna say, you've got to be careful which one you stand on. But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to chat. It's been a lot of good fun. Yeah,
Thanks to you.
yeah, thanks to you for supporting the bands that are starting, beginner bands, because this is the future of the music of
Absolutely.
rock and roll, are the bands that are starting now, like us. There are many other good bands, different styles. So thank you for supporting us and the other bands too.
You are as important as the band.
Yeah, thanks.
thank you so much. It is honestly really appreciated.
Cheers, mate.
Oh,